Funko needs to go back to their roots. In this video, I wanted to talk about Funko working with small businesses because that's how Funko got their start. And small businesses can really help companies like Funko. The Walmarts and the Targets, yeah, they're all good and all, but they're not as good as the small businesses, especially when they were the ones to help you get your start. As an example, Gemini. Did you see Gemini's back?
I did.
Gemini's back, baby. And we have some pretty cool news from Gemini. Something that I noticed on Dish Tracker's Instagram today that I hadn't noticed. There's been so much news, I completely skipped it. So I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about small businesses. But first, MISCHIEFtoys.com. Go and check out MISCHIEFtoys.com. Sign up for our newsletter. Prepare yourself for all the upcoming fun that we have for the rest of this year. We've got so much coming your way. It's so exciting, and I cannot wait to unveil it. We have Coven of Mischief stuff. We have Black Friday stuff. We have holiday stuff. Tune in to MISCHIEFtoys.com. Sign up for the newsletter and follow us on Instagram at Mischief Toys, as well as going over to Facebook, joining our group, Mischief Toys Collectors, and following us on Facebook. Okay, so after I just went through my whole spiel, I feel like we need to do business with small businesses with Mischief Toys. That could really be a big thing for Mischief Toys. I'm thinking about that right now. Go ahead and use that phone of yours. I want you to get on the old horn, and I want you to make some phone calls to some of our friends. We need to hook up with them.
I'm not really interested in an open marriage.
What?
I don't want to hook up with anybody.
No, I didn't say hook up with them. I'm just saying.
Yes, you did. You said call our friends, we need to hook up with them.
Business-wise, not ugly downstairs-wise.
So if we're exchanging money, it's okay?
So you're calling us hookers.
That's not the appropriate term.
So you're calling us streetwalkers.
That's very inappropriate.
You're calling us slut bags.
It's sex workers.
Way back in the day when Funko got their start, they hooked up with very small businesses.
Okay, can you not talk about Funko in that way?
Anyway, they hooked up with a local...
I mean, it's okay if they dated around, but like you don't need to make them sound like they're that loosey-goosey.
Okay, first off, we're not using the term loosey-goosey.
I did. What are you going to do about it?
Second off, a local comic book shop worked with Funko called Chuck's Comics. Do you remember Chuck's?
I do.
And Chuck's Comics worked with Funko, and they had a bunch of their bobbleheads inside their stores. In fact, Chuck himself got his very own Funko bobblehead, and that's actually very cool. That's some cool Funko history. But Funko isn't doing that anymore. You don't see them really hooking up with too many people.
Do you mean businesses, or are they hooking
hooking up with the businesses. Anyway, I really liked it.
They did, actually. They hooked up with Evend.
I don't
You know what
care for
Evend is like? Evend is like someone who drinks too much energy drinks and commits domestic violence on a daily basis.
Oh my God, you're saying Evend is a Chad? But back when Funko worked with all of these small businesses were able to share the Funko love. And that's how Funko grew. To me, it seemed like a very grassroots way of growing.
Yeah.
And so now, Funko has grown into this giant. They disconnected from all these small businesses. In fact, over the years, we've seen a lot of our favorite pop shops fall apart. As an example, one of our favorites of all time, Poppin' Off Toys. And it was so sad to see Poppin' Off Toys go away, and it had everything to do with how Funko was doing business. And this is how Funko fucked up.
Small mom and pop shops were given pre-orders by Funko, but Funko was favoring the big stores because the big stores gave Funko more money by ordering more product, so they would favor the bigger stores and give them the pre-orders first, and then the small mom and pop shops would get theirs last, and a lot of people were canceling their pre-orders because they didn't feel like waiting, because they were like, oh, well, I saw this pop at Walmart the other day and I picked it up. Where is mine? Can I just cancel my order? It was a nightmare, and not only that, they started overproducing, so people cared much less about pre-ordering commons because they could probably find them on Funko.com or at Target stores or Walmart stores for a very reduced price because there were so many. Not enough people buying them.
Exactly, Heather. And because of the way that Funko was doing business, a lot of small pop shops ended up screwing their clientele.
Big Apple Collectibles, Kraken Collectibles, Wild Card Toys, just to name a few, by the way. Wild Card is Evend, except they just have a new name to try to trick ya.
They were once a small fart, now they're a big one. So as we all know, the whole Funko train derailed in a really big way until limited edition, aka LE. Something that I personally designed for Funko on this channel for free through multiple videos. You could tell me that I'm not the one that birthed it, but it was me. It came out of this.
Ow.
But over the years, Funko decided to get rid of all those small businesses and move on to the bigger businesses like Walmart, Hot Topic, GameStop, Target, you name them, they were there. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. However, working with small businesses, in my opinion, is the better way to go. I would much rather purchase from a, say, Gemini versus going to a Target.
Yeah, same.
Because I like going and purchasing from small businesses like our business, MISCHIEF Toys. It's so much better to buy from a mom and pop shop. And I think Funko should do this again. I believe that Funko, Thrilljoy, and Rokimoto should all be working with small businesses in some way, shape, or form. Now it appears that Thrilljoy is doing that, and it appears that Rokimoto is doing that, and now today I see that Funko is doing that as well. So not just Evend and some of these other companies that we've discussed, they have an exclusive with Gemini again.
Really?
It says Funko has updated their LE calendar. New Barry Comics has been removed and Gemini has been added in its spot. I wonder what they'll drop. So I really want to know why this change occurred, because Funko has had a very good relationship with New Barry Comics in the past, but they've also had an incredibly great relationship with Gemini.
Yeah.
But the problem is that Gemini has since changed hands. And I've been wanting to talk about Gemini for a very long time. That's why we're doing this video. So while at New York Comic Con, Gemini actually visited our booth. They weren't set up at the con. They didn't have a booth there. They traveled around in a team of like 5 people.
Ooh.
And they all ran around, they had Gemini t-shirts, and they sort of came up to the MISCHIEF Toys booth like a militia. They ended up buying a MISCHIEF Toys figure, and they put on Instagram that anybody who saw that post and came over to the MISCHIEF Toys booth would get that figure for free. So we ended up giving a figure to the winner, which was amazing. Thank you, Gemini, for doing that.
I didn't even know that.
Gemini's amazing. You weren't there that day. I think you might have been sick that day.
Oh, so that was Sunday.
But it was awesome to see them doing that, and I really like that grassroots approach of just walking around the convention, hooking up with people,
Chris.
and making connections, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You can grow as huge as Funko, but now we're seeing Funko sort of move in a different direction. Funko was so huge at one point in time that they literally just scoffed at anybody that was coming from small business. But now I think they're more open than ever to small business, because I think they've realized that is how they got to where they are today. And I hope by seeing Gemini show up on this list means that we're going to see them working more with small business.
That would be really, really awesome. Although I don't even know how many small businesses are left, because things are sort of weird now. Like, so many just shut down.
So don't forget about our friend Smile World. $7 a pop. Those two specifically that come to mind, they should be going after them to sell their products and do limited edition deals with them. They
agree.
deserve it. They have been in the business for a long time. $7 a pop has always been on like the right hand side of Funko all the time. Like
Yeah.
they're always there with them. And Smile World has been doing big business for many years, and they deserve to be working with Funko in that capacity too. Now, I'm speaking directly out of my butt right now, because I have no clue if Funko is currently working with them. I'm just stating my opinion, and I hope that Funko is watching and they're listening, because it seems like Funko is listening to this channel more than ever. What's interesting is that over the years, we have been hated by Funko because of what we talked about on this channel. We were always very real, we were always very honest, but I think Funko nowadays is starting to see that honesty as something good. It is a tool that they can use. So I'm hoping by watching this video, Funko is listening and they're going to start connecting with small businesses. The problem is that over the years, businesses were beginning with Funko Pop in mind only. They weren't selling anything else but Funko Pops.
Yeah.
So as soon as Funko went south, they went south. You should never be relying on anything. You shouldn't be relying on Thrilljoy. You shouldn't be relying on Funko Pop. You shouldn't be relying on Rokimoto. You should be doing all of the things. So anybody who's watching this video right now and they want to sell Funko Pops, remember, you got to sell an array of things. That way you have something else to hinge on instead of just hanging on to that glorious Funko Pop.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think anybody is thinking, I'm gonna start a Funko business today. I think maybe like 5 years ago that was a thing. Right now, I don't think that they're in a stable enough place for someone to like have that thought.
I think Funko should be hooking up with businesses like $7 a pop and Smile World, giving them LE Funko Pops, having people go and chase all these different LE Funko Pops, because LE is super popular. And then that way they can build their business with smaller companies as well as the larger companies. But really, if you go back to those smaller companies, you do low counts again, you make people hungry for this shit, that's how you're going to get back to the glory, Funko. That is how you're going to get back to the good old days. And also getting back to fun days, but that's for an entirely different video.
The real fun days, not the fake one in the store. That's not at SCCC. That's before SDCC. That's really weird.
If you're ever going to do that again, call it something else. Do not call it Fun Days. That was fucking weird. Okay? That was weird. So speaking of LE, here is the calendar. We've talked about these Funko Pops already. There's the Homer Simpson.
The Seaman Mad Hatter.
Yes, and then the Krang and the Bubble, which is cool. But as you can see here, Chalice, which is a smaller business. Amazon, humongous business. And Gemini's there. So I love seeing this. 3,500 piece at Gemini, which is great. 9,500 at Amazon, 9,500 at Chalice. Then the Krang is 3,500, 5,000, and 5,000 for the Mad Hatter and the Homer. These are great numbers. I like seeing low numbers, and LE is on fire right now. People love them. They are buying them up in droves. And not only that, leftover LE, I guess Funko Pops that they're holding back, are being sold at flagship stores, as we talked about the other day. So that's a whole other thing as well. So if you want to go to the store and pick them up, you can. Somebody picked me up the Angel Imperius in the store the other day. Shout out to them for helping us out. So many great friends out there in the world of Funko. We appreciate you. We hunt together as usual. It's awesome. I feel like we're getting back into the glory days of Funko again. I feel like we're going somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like that they're making a lot of really great decisions. I hope they continue making good decisions. And I think working with smaller businesses is one of the greatest things they could possibly do. Reach out to Chuck's Comics that's located here in Maryland. That's another company that you can work with and do an LE there, super low amount, make people go insane for it.
Yeah, and they are amazing.
And don't forget about Smile World, $7 a pop. I don't know if you have deals with them already, but they're both great businesses. They both have been on the side of Funko for a very long time. We just want to see these companies thrive and not go under like some of the other Funko shops that we loved. And I just want to send up a couple prayers up to our friends popping off toys because I miss them. Because I love popping off toys. We used to go out there to Nashville and visit their shop and be a part of their events. We had so much fun out there, so many great memories. We love Wes. Hashtag Wes is the best. Small businesses and Funko, do you think that's a good idea? Do you think they're past it? Do you think it doesn't matter anymore? Do you think that LE can just be sold on the website and just who gives a shit about everything else? I want to know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below.
And if you don't think them going to small businesses is a good thing, well, tell us why. But I disagree.
Well, I think you said it incorrectly. If you think that, you're trash!
That's good.
Let us know what you think about all this and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Matt Schloss, Magenta Borealis, Derek Rohn, Raymond Melendez, Mitch Hayes, Jorge Mendez, Timmy Minaj, Ronaldo Gomez, Tanya Arlafond, Sack of Potato, Adam Ang, Jeremy Strecker, John McCormick, DOE710, and Douglas Hunt. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock so hard. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. We have a blast over there. Every single month we go live with our patrons via Google Meet. We hang out, share upcoming Mischief Toys things, and do a bunch of giveaways. It is a great time, and our next call is this Saturday, November the 8th, 9 p.m. Eastern. However, we will start the live at 8 p.m. Eastern so our patrons can hang out for a bit, chat until we come on at 9 p.m. and do all sorts of fun activities. Do not miss it. It's going to be a blast, and we have a lot more Mischief Toys stuff to share with you. I can't wait to tell you some of this upcoming news. Make sure you go and check it out right now, patreon.com/Gastlecast. You can join those calls for as low as $5 per month, and you can be a part of the giveaways for as low as $10 per month. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. You don't want to miss our new content. We have a blast here. Come back and watch us live every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, that's all we've got for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.